What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hendrix. It's Wednesday night. You know what time it is. It's time for happy hour with Hendrix. All right, now give everybody a chance to come on in the room. But just a reminder, this month, for whatever reason, y'all wanted to have relationship advice from me. Don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. So y'all want to have my relationship advice? I'm gonna give it to you. Now, last week we talked about knowing yourself and being honest with yourself. See, that's what we started off. So this week, gonna go into part two, talking about knowing what you want, what you're looking for, and reciprocation. Now, these two things go hand in hand, right? Knowing what you're looking for and reciprocation. So first you gotta know yourself, then you gotta know what you're looking for, and then you gotta have this reciprocation. So these, to me, these are the top three things, and we'll get into more as the month goes on. But this is where we're going tonight. But before we get started, have to give a little discretionary note that our show is for those that are 21 and above. We prefer 25, and this show contains our opinion, and they're our opinion only. And hey, it is what it is. It's for entertainment purposes only, right? So our opinions and for your entertainment. That's it. Now, when we're talking about some other things like scientific data and stuff like that, it's slightly different. But when we're talking about stuff like this is for your entertainment purposes only, right? So you can take it how you feel. It is what it is. But we're gonna get into the show. With that being said, every week we always like to provide, this year 2021, we've been providing you all with the MTG Beauty of the Week. Now, just got some news right before the show started, literally as the intro was going on, that one of our MTG Beauties of the Week has actually been in the hospital for about a week now. I was gonna try and have her on the show, but Miss Amber Jackson with Glitz Optical. Hey, we wish you the best. Um, wish you the best and a speedy recovery. As soon as you get out, holler at your boy. We're gonna get you taken care of. Let us know what you need. We got you. As for this week, the beauty of the week, I'm giving it up to all single mothers, all single moms. Y'all are the beauties of the week. Doesn't matter you're black, white, purple, blue, green, gray, doesn't matter. So if you're a single mom, you out there doing your thing, making sure your kids are fed and taken care of, you taking shorts so your kids can have, hey, salute you. We salute you. All right. Now, to get into the show, knowing what you're looking for and reciprocation, right? Couple of things you need to know when you date. You got to know what you're looking for. You got to understand the lifestyle that you want, right? There's a certain type of lifestyle that you desire to have, then you need to make sure that the person you are trying to date and marry, that they have that same drive, that same idea, that same mindset about what they want to do with their life, right? You can't have somebody that's, let's just say, for instance, you want to have kids. No, they don't want to have kids. Y'all probably not gonna work. See, if you discuss this up front, it'll save you a lot of headache and heartache down the line. See, but you know what you want up front, so you can verbalize it, make sure. Um, the other thing is, if there's a certain lifestyle that you want to have, got to make that clear up front. Make it very, very clear up front the type of lifestyle. Now, I'm going to talk to the ladies on this one because here's the thing. Now, ladies, if you can't afford a Louis Vuitton bag yourself, don't be expecting the man to buy you one. I'm not saying that he can't and he won't or he shouldn't. What I'm saying is your expectation level can't be on Louis Vuitton status and you can't even afford Nine West. Now, I may not be popular with, I may not have all the popular name brands of persons, but I do know that a Nine West bag is pretty damn cheap. I do know that a Louis Vuitton bag is pretty damn expensive. You might want to find somewhere in the middle. Make sure that the lifestyle you're looking for, you're able to contribute to that, right? The other thing that you have to really pay attention to is family. Like, what's your family dynamic? Because with me, I'm very close to my family. So, you know, for my family to pop up randomly at somebody's house, this is, again, prior to the whole pandemic, but for a random barbecue to happen at anybody's house on a weekend is not out of the norm. Somebody could come over and say, hey, what you doing? Nothing. Might put something on the grill. Why don't you swing on through? Bring a little something. All right, cool. Somebody else call. What you doing? Hey, such and such over. Just gonna throw something on the grill real quick. Oh, what's up? We gonna come on through. Well, Shimmy, everybody likes what they like. Shimmy says she like Nine West and Louis Vuitton is overpriced. That's okay. But again, family dynamics. You got to understand that. If your family is spread apart and y'all don't get together on a regular basis, be able to understand that. Know this. Some people are very close to their families. Other people are not. That can make or break a relationship. Like me and my family, again, I'm known as the oddball that don't come around a lot, that don't pop up. Now, if we having a family function, I'll be there. But just randomly calling people and dropping by people's houses, that ain't gonna be me. I had a cousin that lived literally 2 miles away from me. I went over their house like 3 times in a year. Literally 2 miles away from me. 2 miles apart. In a year, saw them 3 times outside of family function. 3 times. 2 of them were because of emergencies. 2 of those times was because of emergencies. However, again, understanding and knowing your family, they know me. Like my cousin, her husband knows me. They've been together for years. He knows I don't mean no harm. I just don't bug people. But if you need something, call me. He dropped by the crib a couple of times. Hey man, what you doing? Nothing. Well, I'm gonna come on by. Hey Alicia, how you doing, sweetie? I'm gonna come on by. Come on through. I'm not gonna turn you down if I ain't doing nothing. You call me up, hey man, what you doing? Nothing. Mind if I swing by? I'm gonna come through. But most of the time, I'm gonna be chilling. But if you're dating somebody and their family dynamics get in the way of the relationship, or they impede on what one person feels like is okay, that's going to be a problem. Like my family is loud. We numerous and we're loud. Very loud. I'm the quiet one. Well, one of the quiet ones in the family comparatively. Now don't get it twisted. My family is loud and I know I'm loud, but comparatively, not so much. However, again, this can negatively impact a relationship. Another thing, you got to really, really consider, right? You really have to consider is your religious values and your religious setup and makeup. How do you want to handle that? Some people, relationships can't work if they're not even the same religion. However, some people fall so far in love that they're like, you know what? It doesn't matter what your religion is. I'll switch to yours, you switch to mine. Doesn't matter. However, these things should be discussed. Very simple and plain. And it's not a long list. However, everybody's going to come up with their own nuances, and that's fine. But what you need to understand is you have to know what they are and be able to articulate your concerns about your relationship. Because if you don't articulate your concerns or your wants and your needs, then how's somebody supposed to know? You never know, right? You never know. So with that being said, the next thing after religion is how does the house work? And I'm not talking about cleaning and stuff like that. I'm just talking about how does the home work for you as an individual? Very critical. Make or break relationships. Me personally, I like to wash the dishes. I don't believe in going to bed with a dirty sink. No dishes in the sink when you go to bed. Now, does that mean that I'm going to hand wash dishes every single night? Nope. What that means is there are no dirty dishes in the sink when I go to bed. None. What I more than likely would do is pile them in the dishwasher. And when the dishwasher gets full, I will run the dishwasher in the middle of the night. So when I wake up in the morning, guess what? Got a dishwasher full of clean dishes. Another issue, taking out the trash. To me, once the trash gets full, you take it out. I'm not going to take out the trash and it's half full. No, don't do that. Once the trash can gets full, I take out the trash. And you don't just take out the kitchen trash. You go around and you collect trash from the entire house and take it out all at once. Because if the kitchen trash is full, then all the other trash cans are more than likely full as well. I'm a dishwasher. Hey, send me again. You're a dishwasher person, and that's cool. Do your thing. Yeah. See, Alicia, you feel me? No dirty dishes whatsoever in the sink when you go to bed. Hey, that's just me. I get it. Everybody's not like that. And it's cool. It really is. But you have to decide, are these things that can make or break you? And like I said, the way the house works, perfect example. Paying bills. I've heard some of these new age women, oh, if he can't pay all the bills and he want me to go half on this and that and this and that and this and that, what I need him for? No, 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 sweetie. If he can pay all the bills, he don't need your ass. You are another bill. See, a woman and a woman into a wife. See, your woman is your helpmate. And fellas, you need to understand she's there to help support you. You as the man, you still have to be able to lead. But a woman is there to support you and be your backbone. You know, she's there to help you get through what you need to do. Right? Now, ladies, don't expect your man to pay all the damn bills and you don't do nothing, or you going to work every day and you just stacking your money. I don't have a problem with that if the woman is saving for the future. So all of our retirement and stuff, she handling that. She putting her whole check up and I can pay all the bills. I'm cool with that. But when it's time for vacation, when it's time for an emergency, something happens. When it's time for, oh, the kids need this, need that, that's out of the norm, then hey, I'm expecting her to handle that. I don't need to handle that. I take care of everything else all day, every day. Baby, when that stuff pop up, that's on you. Mm. Alicia, I feel you. Grandma taught you how to clean, not one. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Mm. Yeah. And Shimmy says if he could pay all the bills, Q, put that back up for me real quick. Yeah, if he could pay all the bills, that's great. But bills are a discussion because I'm a different type of woman. Shimmy, I believe in you. I'm 100% on that one. Everybody has their own way of making the household work. And that's okay, because that's your business. But what I'm telling the women out there that's having this whole mindset, oh, he got to pay all the bills and this, that, and the other, you probably single because of that. That's your mentality. And you're gonna find a guy out there that's like that. And I'm not doubting it, but if he's doing all of this for you, what are you doing for him? And we'll get into that later because that goes into reciprocation. We'll touch base on that later. We're not gonna go there right now. However, what I need you to understand is if you as a man or woman, if you're not putting into the relationship 100%, because let's be real, it's never gonna be 50-50. You might have a day or two where it's 50-50, or over a long span of time, it may be 50-50. But day in and day out, one person is going to always be doing more than the other. That's a reality. What you have to understand is there's a balance. On some days you do more, on some days I do more. But when we look at it in totality, step back and look at the grand scheme of things, hey, it's okay. Oh, Shimmy says she don't think it's fair for a man to pay all the bills. Well, Shimmy, Some households live like that. But ladies, I will tell you this. If you expect your man to pay all the bills and he doing everything and you ain't doing nothing, when he cheating on you, you need to be quiet. Period. You have no say-so in what that man does because at the end of the day, he's taking care of the entire house. He can do whatever the hell he wants to. And Alicia, I saw you. If you paying the rent, the mortgage, and somebody else splitting the bills, sweetie, hey, that's how you work it out. But at the end of the day, look here, if that man paying all the bills and you ain't doing nothing and you going to work, guess what? When he step out and do whatever he want to, you have to be quiet. You do. You have no room to control this. And Shimmy says, I don't need him controlling my whole life. We're partners. I'm not his warden. Shimmy, you're right. It's not necessarily about controlling your life, though. What it's about is a partnership. See, when you have a partnership, you do things together. You work hand in hand. You play off of each other. So if this man's going to work all day, every day, he's paying all the bills. Then when he comes home, you can't complain if the man mad because he don't have a hot plate on the table as soon as he walk in the door. Or if he say, hey, well, instead of my food being the first thing, I need a stiff drink when I walk in. Give me a stiff drink, let me relax for about 30, 45 minutes, and then let's eat dinner. See, you can't say anything as a woman if that's what he wants, if he paying all the bills. Because you have to provide something in return for everything he's doing. Again, reciprocation, but we'll get into that later. We'll get into all that later. Fellas, I'm going to get on y'all for a minute. If your woman is going to work, she paying the bill because you've lost your job, you in between jobs, or whatever the case may be. That woman paying all the bills in that house, bruh, you can't be playing video games all day. You need to get your ass up. You need to get your ass up as a man. Get your ass up, find a job. You need to make sure that house is clean. You know what? And every relationship is different. And I will say every relationship is different. But as a man, as a male, if you're not working, when your wife comes home, your woman come home, she shouldn't have to worry about cooking. She shouldn't have to worry about cleaning. She shouldn't have to worry about them kids' homework being done. She shouldn't have to worry about none of that because she's going to work every day and paying everything. So again, if you fall into that, again, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So fellas, if you at home and you playing video games all day while your woman go out and work, then she got to come home and wash and cook and clean. If she step out and cheat on you, guess what, player? You can't say nothing. Be quiet. What's good for the goose, good for the gander. Again, to each his own. All relationships have their own balance. What I'm telling everybody here, that's for man who don't pay enough get to cheat. No. Christy, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that if you are not reciprocating in the relationship, if you are not making it a partnership, if one person is doing all the work, that's where the problem lies. Because if that one person is doing all the work and they do not feel like they are valued, and they do not feel like you are an asset to them and you're more of a liability, see what happens if you're a liability to them, then they're going to feel like, hey, what do I need you for? It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Because when you start feeling like you're being used, no one ever likes that feeling of being used. And usually when people start feeling used, unappreciated, they will step out. Not saying that I agree with stepping out in a relationship. That's not what I'm saying. That's a tyrant, dear. Oh, okay, Christy. Well, to each his own. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody has their own thought process. But here is the thing that you have to remember, and this goes for men and women. Whatever the dynamic is in your relationship, whatever it is, you, Christy, back up just a little bit. I'm not talking about people that, they don't like who they're with. What I'm talking about is people get used and they start feeling used and abused. This will make them want to leave. Now, some people, and this goes for men and women, some people cheat no matter what. And we're not talking about those people. We're not talking about those people because those people, we're going to lead them to another conversation, right? But what I'm saying is that it will drive somebody to do something out of the norm. That's all I'm saying. People in a relationship, you have to feel valued. And if you're not feeling valued, then people tend to wonder. And they wonder, then they wander. This also comes from the fact that people aren't willing to communicate with each other. So people have to be willing to communicate and ensure that, hey, I'm communicating with you about what I want and what I need. What I'm saying is no partnership is ever going to be 100% 50-50. It's going to be give and take. There are going to be ebbs and flows. But what you have to do is understand the dynamics of your relationship and be able to communicate with the person you're with. That's all I'm saying. I know some people think one way or another, and that's fine. But if you can't communicate these things about what you need and knowing what you want, see, that's critical. You have to know what you want. And whatever it is, you have to be able to articulate that to the person that you're dating. Everybody has their own thoughts and opinions. And again, I'm not knocking any of them. But what I'm saying is you have to know what you want, be able to articulate it, and understand that everybody out there has their own opinions, and you have to find somebody that is willing to deal with you and shares your views, right? That's all I'm saying. Everybody has different dynamics, and that those dynamics can change from person to person. You may date one person, and they think that, hey, for this person, I'll pay all the bills and I don't have no problem. You may date another person and be like, man, I ain't doing nothing for them. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Each person that you date brings a different side of you too. So you have to understand and acknowledge that as well. So we're about halfway through. So we're going to get into reciprocation. 50-50 only going to work for someone who loves you enough to pay $100. Well, look, Christy, again, if you think about 50-50 relationships, right? You paying 100% of the bills. If the man's paying 100% of the bills, that means that when he comes home, he shouldn't have to lift a finger. Dinner should be cooked, house should be clean. That's a fair trade-off if you think about it, right? But oh, Christy, we're gonna have to take that one offline. Look, again, when I talk about 50-50, understand what 50-50 means. 50-50 does not mean splitting all the bills down the middle. 50-50 means that in a relationship, we're going to handle this together. That's what 50-50 means. You break that 50-50 down how you want, but you cannot do it alone. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Christy, you a trip. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to remind y'all something about the beauty of the week, right? So if you are a young lady that is doing your thing out in the community, right? We want to hear from you. You know, the sexy, vivacious, you making boss moves and all that. Drop us a little short line at mastergas.com with a mini bio and a headshot. Headshot. We don't need your whole body. That's not what we're doing. We're not trying to objectify women. We want to give you your props because you're doing big things, and we want to make sure we put you in the spotlight. What we're going to do is we're going to take a short break. and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about reciprocation. Since some people that's watching, and I do appreciate y'all jumped ahead of me. We're going to get into this reciprocation thing when we come back. So we'll be right back. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Now, we talked about knowing what you want, right? Now we're going to get into this reciprocation thing because everybody seemed to jump ahead of me, jump ahead of the schedule, right? So we talked about, initially, we talked about knowing who you are, right? Looking in the mirror. Then we talked about knowing what you're looking for. Now we're going to talk about reciprocation. Now, just to remind y'all asked me for this advice. I don't know why y'all got all up in my business trying to figure out what my dating advice is. I'm just telling y'all what works for me. Now, all these topics are kind of sensitive to some people, and that's okay. But here's the key factor that you have to remember. Your relationship is your relationship. There shouldn't be any outside factors that influence your relationship to a point where it ends the relationship. You and your partner have to discuss what's best for you all in your relationship. And at the end of the day, you all have to be able to agree with what's going on in your relationship, right? That's what makes a relationship work. Now, these are just some general guidelines. Some people digging down into the details. I'm not doing that. What I'm talking about is just general knowledge and things you need to consider when you're dating, right? So let's talk about this. Provide what you want. First part of reciprocation. Are you able to provide what you want? So for me, what are the things that are important to me, right? Things that are important to me. Somebody that understands my career, me as a person, my health, and my lifestyle. Me as a person. I'm kind of abstract. I like to drift off. I will go into my own shell sometimes and not speak to people for weeks. Ain't nothing personal. I'm just mental. I have mental things and I have to work them out in my head before I can actually, involve myself in the world. Number two, I don't like people. I don't like to be around a whole bunch of people. There are a couple of exceptions. My family, guys that I played football with, guys that I went to college with, people I went to college with. Outside of that, 4, 5 people, I'm good. I don't need to be around a house full of people all the time. That's not me. I don't like that. And again, if you're not my family, you know, if you're not somebody I went to college with, played ball with, a big group of people, you probably not gonna find me around. You're not. I'm sorry to say, it's not gonna happen. But that's me. So when I look at a relationship, it's like, well, can you understand these things about me and not feel like I'm being some type of way? Because you also have to understand people's love language. Everybody has a love language. So when I talk about providing what you want, right? Sometimes you have to show people how to love you by giving them what you want. It's real easy. And this is not talking about money or materialistic things. It's patience, understanding, and really, really diving into getting to know who the person is and who you are. Once you understand these things, you all can work out a way to reciprocate what you want and making sure that you're providing the other person what they need at the same time. So for me, what's important to me? What's important to me in a relationship is quality time. That's highly important to me. Now that seems strange for a person that likes to dive off and go by themselves. But for me, if I let you into my personal space and I spend time with you, you're important to me. I don't spend my time with just anybody. I don't do that. Here's another thing. If I make plans with you, you're pretty damn important to me. Pretty damn important. Here's another one for me. And again, this is for me alone because I can't speak on everybody else. But for me, if I actually can text and talk to you on a regular basis, don't day to day, every single day, yeah, that might be pushing it. But if I talk and text you on a regular basis, outside of me going into my shell, you're doing pretty damn good. I'm sorry, it is what it is. But this is me. And if you understand that about me as a person, you'll understand that, hey, you know, everything is good. One thing that you have to understand too is that when you're providing somebody with something that you need, you're showing them by example, right? Because again, we're all speaking different love languages. We all have those different things that are important to us. But what you do is, so for me, quality time is important to me. Again, if I make time, if I make plans with you, then yeah, you should be thinking, hey, I'm important because I don't just do that with any. I don't just do that to everybody. I don't make time for people because I'm going to work, dealing with my own personal issues, and in between that, and then my family, I don't really have time. So if I carve out some time for you, understand you important to me. You really are. I'm not going to be carving out time for any and everybody. I ain't got that much time. Again, I don't like people that much. Sorry, it's just me. I don't. But if I say, hey, we're going to do this on this date, or hey, free up your schedule so we can do something on this date, or hey, let's take a trip here on it at this time. If I do these things, guess what? Woman I'm dating, she knows she's important. That's it. But at the same time, me knowing my limitations and what I like and what I don't like, I also have to realize that other people have different needs that will make them happy and making sure that I provide them. So I may not be an on the phone all the time person. However, the woman I'm dating says, well, Reggie, I like to talk on the phone all the time. Well, look, I can't give you all the time, but maybe if we do a couple of hours every other day, can we do that? See, that's that compromise. You compromise because you actually verbalizing and communicating, well, this is what I need. Well, you may say, hey, Reggie, I need you to run to the moon and back every day for me. Well, baby, I don't know if I can run to the moon and back for you. How about I do like 10 miles? Can we work there? Because I can do 10 miles and I can be consistent at that. But I don't know about making it to the moon and back. I don't know about that. I can do 10 miles, and we can push it from there. But let's start off with 10 miles and see what we get. Again, communication, because that helps make sure that the person you're dating understands where you are and understands the fact that, hey, I'm not bullshitting with you. I'm trying to make this work, but meet me in the middle. See, if you have these thoughts and ideas and expectations and you're not communicating them, then there's a problem. Also, if you can't provide what you need, then if you can't provide what you need in a relationship, that there is a problem as well. Because sometimes the best way to show a person how to love you is to love them in the manner in which you want to be loved. It's not that complicated. Again, you also have to communicate and compromise because everybody has different love language, right? And when you understand the love language, you're able to provide what you need, then you're able to truly understand who you are and who they are, then it starts to work and it starts to gel and mesh. Oh, Christy, you a hot one tonight. I don't know what to do with you tonight. Um, but what you also have to look at is your actions, right? If every time your partner comes to you and says, "Hey, babe, I need to talk about X, Y, and Z," you shouldn't get defensive. However, on the flip side, if you come to your partner and every time you want to talk about something, it's negative, they're going to get defensive. Sometimes you have to praise your partner. Hey, babe, I really appreciate it when you did X, Y, and Z. Boom. Don't fill it in. Well, I appreciate it when you did X, Y, and Z, but you didn't do this right. That. No, 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 no. Provide your partner with a little bit of praise. Hey, babe, I really appreciated X, Y, and Z that you did for me. I appreciate you making lunch for me today. I appreciate you making dinner. Thank you very much. Please and thank you go a long way, not only in your, your personal life, but in your professional life as well. These are common courtesies that are now missed on a lot of people. So if you do these things in your relationship, then hey, it'll work. But if your partner sees you doing something for people at work it's like, hey, why can't you do that for me? I want that. Can you give me that? This is what I'm talking about reciprocation. You need to be able to mesh these things together. You got to know what you want so you can provide it to them and show them. Got to understand their love language, and you have to understand who they are and who you are. When you understand these things, your actions will fall in line with that and will make you and your relationship, you know, better. Because what you and your partner have to do is communicate about these things. You can't communicate about them, then it's going to be hard. Because communication will help you get through a lot of things. And communication, fellas, just because your woman wants to talk doesn't mean she's mad at you. Lady, when you want to talk to guys, don't always make it negative. If you make it more positive than negative, he's not going to get defensive when you say, hey, babe, we need to talk. Simple, right? At least from my perspective. Again, y'all the ones that asked for this dating advice, so hey, I'm giving it to you, but it's just me, right? Make sure your actions are in line with what you want, who you are, and being able to reciprocate what you need and what your partner is giving you. Because you can't ask your partner, say, hey, I want you to go out, work hard 10, 12 hours a day, come home, clean the house, wash the clothes, cook. No, 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 no. That's not going to work. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I can wash, I can cook, I can clean, I can go to work, I can pay my bills. When you have to understand that you as a person, if you're not adding something of value to another person's life in a relationship, you're not going to be there. Don't believe me? Flip it around. Let's apply this same thought process to your professional life. If your employer does not see the value in you being there, how long do you think you're going to be there? What about that gumbo, though? You like your plain? Q? Yes, I like my gumbo plain. I'm sorry. That's how I like my gumbo. But I will pick all the stuff that I like out my gumbo. We're not going there, Q. We talking about relationships. However, you gonna knock my pop's gumbo, but you sure didn't have a problem eating it up when we was at that tailgate though. Shimmy, I can make gumbo, but I will still pick the stuff that I don't like out of it. When I make my plate of gumbo, I will pick around the stuff I don't like. I'm sorry. But when it comes to actually making gumbo, sweetie, I can get down. However, again, what I don't like, I'm not gonna eat. Sorry. Not gonna happen. It is what it is. Now, I need y'all to get off my gumbo and my cooking skills because Shimmy, you haven't had my banana pudding. My banana pudding go fed. My lasagna go fed. What's some other stuff I can make? Oh, yeah. My what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. I make this stew with black eyed peas and tomatoes. It go fed too. Yeah, I can cook. So don't get it twisted. Cornbread, yep, I got that too. Anyway. So that's gonna do it from your boy tonight. So remember, make sure you like and share our broadcast. And for those that are listening on the podcast, that little commercial break that you hear, that's our little advertisement. We have our different shows that are being advertised. So make sure you check us out on YouTube or Facebook. However, we're on all social medias: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Twitch, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, we own them. So, I'm gonna just say this before I get ready to go. Again, relationships are very, very critical in your life. You need to understand how to navigate them. And then one of the key factors in any relationship is communication. And before we go, just a reminder of the show lineup, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We got Monday Night Madness and Stupid is Real on Mondays. Then every Wednesday, you got Happy Hour with Hendrix. Thursday, you got MTG After Dark, and then the F-Bomb Crew. And then on Friday nights, you got MTG Live. Now, we are rounding the corner on ending season 4. So we know, you know how we do it. In July, we always take the month of July off. So we getting to that point. Right now, it's April 14th. Almost that time. But we're going to have some new things for you coming up in season 5. Yeah, we're 4. We're going into season 5. MTG will be 5 years old. With that being said, y'all, thank you for your time. I appreciate you watching the show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all next week. Peace.
Disponible y siendo moda. Yo te quiero pero déjame. No me amas, eso se te ve. Y si sigues pues agárrate, que esta chica no la vuelva a ver. Yo te quiero pero déjame. No me amas, eso se te ve. Y si sigues